today's episode, I'm interviewing young Brit named Ben Leo Hollis. He decided to take a gap year before going to university to cycle from Leicester, UK, all the way to Australia.
We're going to talk a little bit about you travelling to Australia.
So last year on August the 1st, 2018, after having a game of football with my friends and fam, then I packed my stuff up into 4 bike bags, stuck it on my bike and went off to cycle to my aunt and uncle's house in Brisbane, Australia. So it took me about a year to get there. And then, by the end of Italy, you're like, yeah, I know. I'm over it.
I've had the bits, I've had the fucking driving to yours, I think.
Yeah,
the thing is, we don't know about the conclusion. That's the thing.
I need to, what do you call it?
Hello, thanks for having me.
So you're now in Malaysia. You've cycled from Leicester, UK, right?
That is right. I've been going for 8 months on the road since I left now.
That's pretty impressive. 8 months to cross through the stands and all the way to Malaysia. So it's a good timeline.
I'll have 1 year to do the trip total from Leicester to my goal of Brisbane.
Welcome, it's August the 1st, you know, it's the big day.
The big day, you know.
It's finally come around and it's time for me to get out of here, you know, get all the bend time you can. In these 4 bags, I've got everything I need for a year's of adventuring on the road. We've got my security, because I can't have the bike getting robbed now, can I? Hello there! We've got petrol, because I've got to cook my dinner with something. Then we've got that food bag, clothes bag. I'm bringing about 3 items of clothing on the entire trip. And then a nice Leicester City shirt.
He's got such nice friends. To be honest, when he first went to school, we never thought he'd have a friend. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, if you can keep in contact with him and keep him strong, he's got a big journey ahead of him. Good luck, Ben, we love you.
Just a minute.
Come on now, people. Got places to go, people to see. We've got places to go, people to see.
Minutes before he's gonna leave, what you gotta say, bro?
I'm feeling saucy.
Did you actually think this day would come?
What are you dreaming about?
Did you actually think? When you told me the first time last year?
I've been chatting about it as some long off dream for a long time, and now it's actually here. So it's a different thing, talking about it and doing it. I'm doing it. Give me a hug.
We're going to follow you all the way to the end of the road.
Give me a hug. Honestly, lick his face. I pretty much had one thing to do every day, just get that little bit closer towards my end goal. Obviously stuff would happen to me along the way, but here you've got so many different things. You've got people, you've got to, in your life, you've got to balance your kind of, your work and life and social life and all these kind of things, and yeah, time flies by.
Take care. I
wish you the best of luck, myself. Safe journey. Godspeed, brother. Godspeed. Godspeed. Godspeed.
Be careful.
Don't die, man, don't die.
An amazing thing, man.
3, 2, 1. See you later.
A teenager from Leicester has become one of the youngest people ever to cycle solo from the UK to Australia. He's 19-year-old Leo Hollis, and he set off from home last August to travel 12,000 miles, raising money for charity along the way.
And these charities, I just think, together tackle the world's biggest problem. Really present in my mind, like obviously we've got like the climate crisis going on. There's Cool Earth, an anti-deforestation charity. We've got massive like gender inequality throughout the world. CAMFED, the Campaign for Female Education, which is giving women, particularly in Africa, like one of the most important human rights, I feel. So education is one of the most basic and most important human rights. And it's not like you're just pouring money to relieve suffering. It's actually has this long-term kind of solution, because once you educate women, then they're more likely to kind of have a more fulfilling career, which will enable them to educate their children. It kind of goes on. We're in a climate crisis right now, which a lot of it, to some extent, is based on our growing populations. And if people in developing countries do spend longer on their career, then they tend to have children later. It also kind of results in population sizes kind of being controlled ethically. And the last thing, which I think is another global crisis, Islamophobia. Yeah, so stand against racism and inequality. There's stand against racism and inequality, trying to create a more just world. One of the only charities, I think, working in the UK to counter Islamophobia and other prejudices, which I think, just spreading that message of unity, that we're all the same, was a big message I got from the trip. So yeah.
He finally reached his destination yesterday. Well, I caught up with him earlier from Brisbane and started by asking him how he felt completing such an incredible feat.
It's absolutely surreal. I mean, it's been a long time coming, and cycling, you spend a lot of time in your own head. It was just surreal, because the whole point of the trip was like to go visit them, who I'd never visited in Australia before. It wasn't like ending in a big city or anything. I ended on their small, like, quiet road.
I love that.
And I cycled like around the corner, saw my cousin Jack, who's like my absolute brother, like honestly, just on the corner of the street, and I've never cycled so fast in my life. Like, just paced it around that corner. It was surreal, like one of the happiest moments of my life, honestly.
I can imagine.
Couldn't get over it. And then just pop the champagne and head into the house, just smiling, like just grinning for hours.
Here he is! Here is Ben! 30 countries and 1 year later! Well done, Ben! Woo!
She pressed send, thought that we were best friends. Got a train at West End, how to get it back again. Let that be your lesson, fuck it, it's a blessing. When she pressed, can you meet me outside, baby?